Oh yeah, we back with another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist. Now today, for those of you who do know already, the NBA champions are the Boston Celtics for that 2024 year. And they went on to have a parade. So today we'll be discussing at least 5 things you may or may not have known that took place during the parade. Oh yeah, so let's dive right into it and get to talking. You see, at all parades, we know there's a lot of people. And at this parade, there was nothing different. And you can see rows on rows on rows of people. And with that being a thing, let's just be honest, we know people get a little out of hand. And there was nothing different about this time.
The president of the Boston Firefighters Local 718 Union is sharing photos of the fans who had no regard for cars that were parked outside a Back Bay Fire Station here on Boylston Street during the Celtics championship parade. They climbed right on top of those cars and left behind a lot of damage for the firefighters who just put in a long day of work.
Well, several people decided to tear up a few cars that were parked on the street. Believe me, they have pictures.
It's kind of a slap in the face to our firefighters.
The firefighters who parked their personal cars outside of the Back Bay Fire Station at the end of the Celtics championship parade route were out responding to emergencies when these images were captured.
Of the people tearing these cars up, what I will say to it, these cars belong to the firefighters of Boston. Okay? Now, with that being said, I see it one way, they see it another way. They look at it and go, their cars were damaged and they're not happy. I look at it and go, well, maybe you shouldn't have parked your car on a street that you knew was part of the parade route. Let's just throw that out there, because honestly, I think you were looking for a little bit of an insurance claim or an insurance job, which is why I've been paying more for insurance over the last few years with no insurance claims, by the way, because of mess like that. I think it's the firefighters' fault. Do I think that their vehicle should have been damaged? Nope, I don't. But do I think they could have probably put them in a different spot and walked to work? Yes, I do. So with that, again, who's at fault? I guess it's up to question. I mean, the irresponsible people who decided to destroy it could be at fault. But I guess it also starts with the person who decided to park the car there knowing that it's going to be a parade route and that your car would probably not make it through the parade route, considering how nothing does, because everything gets torn up in a parade. So that is just one of the things you may or may not have known took place during the parade. Number 2, Jaylen Brown. That's right, the finals MVP, Jaylen Brown, who received that Supermax contract, lost one of his personal rings during the parade and decided to send out an open invitation for whoever may find it will receive a hefty, so he said, present for the return. Now, what I will say to that, if you find it, contact me first so that we can get this hefty return. I'll be sure to contact him, because I'm close. We'll go ahead and split that 75-25. And you know what? 75 your way, 25 my way. I just happen to know him, so contacting him is nothing. But let's make sure it's still got everything intact. Also, Jaylen Brown was traveling with his new boo.
Jaylen Brown, MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's right. In an open interview a couple months ago, he talked about how he was single, and now he's out there traveling with his new boo. Check it out. And to be honest with you, I don't blame him. Now, if these two end up having a baby, boy, that's going to be one ball player if they decide to go ahead and train him. I'm just glad that they had a good day. And as you can see, Jaylen stayed with the people around him. For those who don't know, Jaylen stays up at the different schools helping out, and that's why he's different. Oh yeah. Number 3 on those things that you may or may not have known that took place that day. You see, we watched Derrick White bounce his face off the floor.
Hit in the second quarter of Game 5 and coming up bloody with a chipped tooth.
They were trying stuff in the locker room. I was like, I don't care, just play.
When he went down with the amount of force that in that direction, I knew that there's going to be some damage to teeth and or bone.
Little did they know they would get the call for the fix.
Now during the parade, oh yeah, Derrick White, look at him smile. He left those things out there, let you know that it was there, let you know that he was having fun. Glad to see he bounced back after his face took that bounce, because Mr. Underrated definitely deserves some money the next year coming up. Because that's exactly what he's been all year, Mr. Underrated.
There he was today, a smiling Derrick White, who admitted he didn't want to flash his pearly whites during the post-game celebration on Monday. Fans even took in the moment, as this player had put it all on the line.
Just wanted to let you know that he got his teeth fixed, drove a duck boat before the parade, shot a commercial, and was chilling with his baby. So, he did have a good time and enjoyed everything that took place. Porzingis decided to come out wearing that championship belt. You know, WWF life, or WWE. I'm from a different era, you know? It was different for us. D-Generation X! He came out wearing that belt. And you know that metal's super heavy. And in case you don't know, they came out and told us that Porzingis will most likely be missing a portion of next season due to the injuries that he sustained in the games. Now, he was doing a lot of laughing and having a whole lot of fun, so I'm assuming that championship belt that he was wearing fell on his foot, and now he's gonna have to have foot or leg surgery, and he gonna end up missing pieces of next season at the beginning. But we wish you well. We hope you get better, cause clearly we're gonna need you to continue doing what happens over here. But it also comes as no surprise, because we've known that he's been injury prone. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for showing out. Also, in case you may have missed it, I just want to say, Luke Kornet had one of the most funniest interviews that I have seen yet. Let's take a listen.
What have the last few days been like?
I mean, they've been fun. Honestly, it's a little bit of a whirlwind, and you're not even really sure what happened.
How are you guys still standing right now?
How are we still standing? Physically or like
Where is
emotional?
this energy coming from?
Oh, I've got all kinds of energy. The other night we watched Encanto as a family, so I am ready to go. Sometimes it's more about spiritual uplifting and motivation than it is about the state of your body. I don't know. Yeah.
You found your door?
Yes, there we go. Look at that. I would break into song, but that seems inappropriate.
What has this been like to share with your family?
It's been great. I mean, honestly, I've never entered a season before where you feel good at the end. Usually it's heartbreak and agony. So it's a really weird new feeling.
Oh yeah, and with Porzingis missing time, Horford possibly sitting on a ranch somewhere next year, considering how he's selling his house, well, we're going to definitely need this young man to step up.
I plan to try to make eye contact with every single person along the parade route. Just so that I can have an intimate moment of appreciating stating my gratitude.
That's a lofty goal.
Well, it was a lofty goal to win a championship, yet here we are. So why not another lofty goal?
And hopefully he got as much energy during the game as he has in this interview.
Finally, do you expect to ever pay for a meal in this town again?
Yes, I do, because it's important to pay people fair wages and according to what they earn. I'll be honest, when I do get a free meal, which has already happened, I feel a lot of pressure to just tip graciously, probably at an amount larger than what the meal would have cost in the first place. So, frankly, if you're wanting to do well, give them the meal for free. Although then now I might be taking advantage of it. So now you don't know what to do.
Torn.
Yeah, and I'm putting you in a real dilemma there. But yes, I expect to pay for nothing ever again. We need new cars, so whoever can hit up about that. How else can I utilize this moment in time and the work of myself and my
need to
colleagues
capitalize on this.
to financially capitalize? That's what it's all about, fellas. I take that back. I don't mean that. Kids, don't listen to that. Excited for the city of Boston today.
Luke, thank you.
Honestly, I just want to say this is exactly how this interview is supposed to go. I feel like, given the whole year.
Although it's early, you haven't even started drinking, imbibing yet, right?
I did have coffee this morning, and so.
And I know he just said that he had coffee this morning, but if you paid attention, he shook his nose, which means he had the other C this morning too.
I'm feeling pretty great about that. Just regular, little bit of milk, a little bit of maple syrup, kind of insider.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Whoa. Bagel with cream cheese. It's been a pretty incredible morning.
Maple in your coffee.
The girls are wearing matching outfits. We're on top of the world. Yeah.
Okay, if you know what I mean. And that's why he's all hyped up. I just hope that he don't get hit for no drug charges in the middle of the season and can keep his mind focused and doing what he need to do. Because watching this interview, that boy is off the rockers. One of the biggest things that probably took place that you may not have known about was that, you see it, Jayson Tatum, he's carrying the trophy. Oh yeah, but that trophy ended up with a dent in it. That's right. From the time they were on the parade route to the time they threw the pitch out at the Red Sox game on Monday or Tuesday, that trophy had a dent in it. Send it to get shined, polished, and fixed up. We know it can't stay like that, as they decided to go ahead and let everybody know that they dented it. They don't know how it got dented, but the trophy has been dented. No thanks to your young, wild Celtics. Also, last but not least, on the list of things that may have taken place, and just in case you missed it, probably one of the other funniest things to take place, Sam Hauser was getting lit that day, and they were throwing him beer after beer after beer, and he ended up throwing up inside the beer cooler. Oh yeah, let's take a listen to what he did with the beers in the beer cooler that he threw up with. And just in case you thought I was joking, let's just take a listen in on what he said about the incident.
There's a video of me throwing up on the float.
So we've got the confirmation that was a puke and rally situation.
Which is impressive.
You made it really effortless. Like it was quick.
That cooler was full of beer. And you can't see my wife in the video, but she's down on her hands and knees because I announced, like, I'm getting ready to throw up. She's trying to get the beer out. There was still some beer in there as I threw up. We ended up throwing those to the crowd. So whoever got those, be careful. Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all thought it was a game. Oh no, he let you know. So I hope you all enjoyed that ice cold beer with a little bit of upchuck. Oh yeah, he went down and came back up like Justin Bieber did Odell Beckham in the club. But we won't talk about that. Different time, different place. Because he left it there for you. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist. Several things you may or may not have known that took place during the Celtics championship parade. Don't forget to hit those like buttons, subscribe. Feel free to check back in and see what else we have going on. As you know, we've been dropping music videos on the page and other forms of entertainment. Again, thank you for tuning in to The Twisted Tea, where we bring you the news with a twist.